Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Packers get set to go. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Ready? On first down, Gaston. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. We'll look now at our starting defense. And they're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Look at me. Go, go. Rush in.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Throw to the right. He's got the tight end here, Sternberger.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
On second down, Gaston. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
53, Mike.
On third down, Gaston. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Let's go, buddy.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Now Austin on first down. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense. Because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. 6-6. Pull it high. Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Let's go one more. Check 9, check 9. Check. 5.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Rashawn Gary coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready? 53 is the mic. I'm scared. Cut. Ready?
Austin now on 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
You're out.
Back to throw is Austin. To throw again. He's got his man on the crossing route.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Shift. Watch the shift. He's crashing. He's General West. Hey, Sam off. Go. Get him, get him, get him. You got it. Hit it.
Here's Austin operating from the gun. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
squeeze. Hey, wahoo!
Austin throwing on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this Browns defense stands tall. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you? The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
They'll run on 1st down. Gaston, and he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here is 61. Matchbox, right. Big dribble.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
They will get full yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
On 1st down, Gaston. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Austin escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts to...
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And his throw here is incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. But now it'll be 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Leo.
Football.
Chance. Kill.
Now Austin from the gun, he'll throw. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Number 53, Mike 53. Focus, defense. Go.
Now a give, right side. Gaston. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Take 4. Recon, 132 fighter. Kill. Alert. Big rip.
They'll run on 1st down. Gaston, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Mayfield looks to throw, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at about the 14. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so because the run has been very effective for them.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check tight. Check tight. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Twist, twist. Check. Fair. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Looking to throw. Austin, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Packers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Back to throw. Austin. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play, and facing a 2nd and long. 2nd and 15. He's going to rifle one deep left, and got his man complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Austin now operating from the gun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go for verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Mayfield. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. On that play, they held him to a short gain.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. He was looking for Landry that time. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Watch the slant.
Hey, Zoo. 57. My safe rip.
Back to throw is Austin. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a 3-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
I got it.
Get it.
Here's Austin to throw on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he finds a man with a crossing route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Play fake. Mayfield. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Mayfield down. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Demetrius Harris, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Austin throwing again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
60-yard. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
50 plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Alert flare. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
Look at me. Go.
Check.
Ready.
Now Austin from the gun. He'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So the big fella. Gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Gaston, after getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. To the tight end and complete. It's Sternberger over the middle. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Offense.
I think probably just trying to draw him off there, it didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time, being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a third time here on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. Looking left side, and he's got Sternberger. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the 1st. They go play action. Mayfield.
And the tight end is certainly positioned.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Preston Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14. Mayfield on play action. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Touchdown. David Njoku. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Ready? 70, Indy. Watch the run, watch the run. Big grip.
On 1st down, Austin looking deep for Adams. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
53, Mike, 53.
Get it.
Austin now. Going to throw again. Making the catch is Sternberger. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw. Austin. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
65.
Hey, Echo.
53.
Back to throw is Austin. Throwing on 4th down. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
A nice burst there as he'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Gaston, and he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Let's go, D. Big series.
Here's Austin throwing on first down. And his throw is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The strong safety, Jaleel Adai, right there in coverage. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
That's to his running back, complete. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Hey, Haywood!
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch twist. Mike, 53.
Buzz!
Mike, right here. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53. Let's go.
On 4th down, Austin. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
60 Pittsburgh.
Austin on first down. He's got it. That's St. Brown, touchdown Packers. Equanimous St. Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction, because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Chubb. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Check 13. Check 13.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Preston Smith there on the stop.
Mike 42. Mike 42. check, check, Mike 42.
Mayfield off the play fake. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he's got some space here. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers get a score closer. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They run again on first down, Chubb. A gain of 3, second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Browns on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Checking the NFL scoreboard there in the 4th now in Minneapolis. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. James Conner, 96 yards on the ground to lead the way. Over the middle, complete. It's Williamson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Austin. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Let's go, let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot, five.
From the midfield stripe, they look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Ready, set.
57, Mike 57. Watch the run, watch the run.
Put up.
Now Austin on 1st and 10. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Austin now to throw again. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Browns, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
like your eyes of me. You don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You run the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely my bits are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bits are off. Everything was better off. Felt the risk, I was never at the hit. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my bits are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bits are off. Everything was better off.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a thing with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. What state prop you looking bleak now? I was home to sleep designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak they listen. Couldn't find it so she fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you. I know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't get. Too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back. Hello? That's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash when the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab. Brown man, when it come back, I'ma give back. My bad when the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Hey. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad? Like
Ready.
Ooh, I'm in my new bag.
Ready, ready?
You ain't getting too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gator. Shoot.
48 yards. I come for a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Hey, how fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout.
Hit it.
I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I
On
stay
the set.
strong. Super Bowl rings, I
Let's
just wanna
go.
play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what, like fourth down,
Ready?
Hail Mary, no
70,
punch, like
Indy.
every time I touch down, I gotta start.
Ready?
Randy Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up.
Come on,
check
set.
the scoreboard.
90
Check the
Wolf.
stats, Jay
Free
Critch,
tripper,
I'm the
free tripper.
QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a new freeze. How fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you
Down.
need a timeout.
And two
I'm a
star.
star in the
Get
clutch,
it.
I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off.
Go now.
Gotta go
10
hard,
more.
I can
Let's go.
never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm
Ready,
a star
ready.
in the clutch,
30
I'ma
base,
shine
five.
out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never
60
play
out,
soft.
look.
Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come down. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now.
Go.
Let 'em hate, try to knock me
8-3.
down, but we got up now.
X3.
You say
Now.
that you ball and keep it real though. Hey, why I never saw you in the field though? Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How fit to be the boss? Let me
60
find out.
off.
My
Ready?
team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now.
Ready?
Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout.
Here we go.
I'm a star
Set.
in the clutch,
50.
I'ma
Play.
shine out. Working hard,
Follow.
yeah, I'm
Hit
back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I
Here
run
we
it
go.
back like Saquon.
60 Pittsburgh. Blue, let's go. Ready, break. Ready? Here we go, here we go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Free Tripper, Free Tripper.
Are you ready for some football? Ladies and gentlemen.
Got it.
Down in Mississippi
6-6,
and New
bullet high.
Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a man
Get it.
in the lead. The team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn
Set,
world
ready?
this Madden territory.
Ready,
Tell
go.
your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you
Ready?
ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg,
Five.
and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving
Ready?
Madden glow.
18
And
Gator.
if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out your ass, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass.
I'm ready.
I can't be touched and I
Yeah.
can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause
Come
my
on,
team
set.
is so hard.
70,
my team is
Indy.
legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is
Ready, ready.
I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my
Ready
back,
up.
helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in
Shoot.
Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you
On
do,
the double.
come and get some. See, tell your mama,
Free cut, hit it.
tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy, tell the whole
Down.
damn world
90,
it's
let's
Madden
go.
territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take
10 2 stop.
Bag up off me and watch your nose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm getting mad and blue. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can
Ready,
get
ready.
you with the run or I can
10
hit you
Lobo.
with the pass.
Leaf river, leaf river.
I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. Too hard.
30 base.
Mad and
Get
tired
it.
when you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Mad 20, Snoop Dogg is. Now get it.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Let's go. Set. 8 read.
It's in the game.
5. Here we go. Set. 60 orange. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Rocket.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle, show this so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I
Here we
just had
go.
to let you know.
50 plant.
It's the young,
Trace it down.
incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle, show this so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow.
Great.
I just had to let you know.
Ready?
Give me that work and I can sell it, I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. From
go,
my heart
here
and
we
soul,
go.
and so you
60
feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest. Pac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in the sense.
Ready, set.
At any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within. I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, but his best is soaking it. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in.
Set. Ready? 15.
I'm seeing
Lonnie.
2020
Let's go.
visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta
Ready?
make your own
18
decision.
Shader.
My
Ready?
word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing. The opposition ain't all that lane switching. This is what the game is. Young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle, show
Come on,
this
set.
so perennial.
18
Do this for my millennials. I
Get
be
it.
murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle, show
ready?
this so perennial. Do this for my
Let go.
millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Down. 70. Indy. 5. Let's go now. 90 Wolf. Say hut. Ready. 10-2 saw. Now.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the boat is my home and there's so many miracles. Word in my coming like top of the air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm the
Ready?
so I'm starting to tell you Sylvester Stallone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nicky know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Give everyone dogs. I'm not a guard. So hawk with a squad. I'm playing my part. From the barn. Lose to the team. I'm projection and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of the dudes to the world. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, need to build for me like.
Hand on my heart.
Here we go.
I
Set.
give it all I
8
got.
read.
Walk the walk and talk the talk.
Go.
Take it higher, that's a god. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a god. Never
Ready,
stopping,
ready.
that's a must. Always
Ready.
winning, never lost. GPS another loss. GPS another loss.
Who do it better than me? Vision on
Here we
2020.
go.
VVS,
6
Club
Big River. Big River.
Determination, laser focus. Banging on they. Don't take it notice. Take it notice.
Here we go. Get it.
Determination, laser focus. Banging on they. Don't they taking notice.
Set. Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Pilot 64 weak.
Yeah, I just ran a check up on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Then I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. Still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself.
Ready? 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. 6-6 now.
Feel like ginger from casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I said like I'm Eno. Think I'm part of
Come on, set. 18. Ready?
Smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. And a genie with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish she's
18
well
gator.
when it was
Shoot.
sale. I might donate petty bills. They can't get it by they sell.
That's why you treat life good, but not too good. I give them too much.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
Yeah, I just ran a check up on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people.
Ready. 90, Wolf. 61, Matchbox. Let's go.
Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell.
10 shoes off.
I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. I'ma get it either way.
Leaf grip. Leaf grip.
What I want when I want, they just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some
Let's
good
go.
at my
10
place.
logo.
Get some on the way.
Get it.
My bros on the way. I got stones in my gold. I got loads in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm playing some weight.
30 base.
Getting thick, so I put it on
Recon,
display.
132 fighters. Let's go.
Yeah, I just ran a check up on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself.
60 outlaw.
I'm so
5.
icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell. Then I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails.
Lock it, lock it.
My man tripping cause I got another cell. This time I know why to sell. I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself.
Here we go. 60 or.
By myself. I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself.
22
Yeah.
jet bombers. 22 jet bombers. Now. Set. Ready. 50. Plant. Grace. Ready. Ready.
I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm
Ready.
getting so for
60
real.
Pittsburgh.
That glowing hill. I'm giving they soul to chills.
Dude.
I the cold as chill. So it's treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. They burst off the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes. They know it's real. Yeah, bitch, this way. Right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing.
Come on.
I'ma
Set.
show them skills.
15. Let's go.
You ain't gotta tell me. You know I'm here. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? How about it? You want it, you have it, you got it.
18.
Go ahead, jump it. How about it? How about it? Ready for your bro. When you're supposed to pop in your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Let
Go now. 18 speed grip. Let's grip.
You can do it. Ain't real for the weekend. Sweet. This is sugar. One man on me, but get deep. Watch what you doing.
Ready. Ready. 70. Indy.
You wish you could.
Get it.
I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm giving it so for real. Hooping in that glowing hill. I'm giving they soul to chills.
90
My true
Wolf.
code is chill.
Let's go.
So it's treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. They burst off the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes. They know it's real.
Go. 10 2 stop.
This way. Right before
5.
the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing. I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me. I know
10 logo.
Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. So suspenseful. I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes. It was the Tiger Hill.
Ready.
Gon' jump off the
Now.
line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history. I'm this line right here. Your best bet be ahead. Is it to get rich or dead trying? This
30 big. Ready, ready?
Do what you can to do, make your next move your best. I do this for
go.
I might just throw my
62.
wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Moving in that glow and hill. I'm giving they soul the chills. My chicken glow the shield. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah.
Here we go, here we go. 8 hit.
Like I don't know no bill. See the rain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way before
Ready,
the
break.
real.
Let's go.
This one for your photo reel. Blessing, got the testing on my show skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly
Ready?
show them skills.
60 or. Blue drop. Ready? Big grip, big grip. Ready? 50, plant. Just get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Come on, set. 60 pitch to go. Down. 15, Lonnie. 5.
This be the green light, go. Time to turn the pavement. People wanna know what makes Posse Dave win. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs on the head, all being moved
Go now.
to frenzy.
18,
The blends
now.
be all like crash, meaning credential. Best of both worlds when we rock the world in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Steady,
Ready, ready. 18 game. Ready, ready.
can you rock it like rocket? You talk about space out your mind, but can you rock it like rockets?
Ready? 70 into.
When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass it your receiver.
Let's go.
All about
90
running the
wolf.
spot, and you know
Hit
we
it.
got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, something gave you top blend. You know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals
Set. 10 to go.
simultaneously on the joints and rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say return. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We installed doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had been
Go
for
set.
insert
10 Lobo. Ready?
Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Go. 30 big grip. Big grip.
Rock it like rocket. You about space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets?
Here we go. Here we go. 60 outlaw. Get it.
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Got it.
Turn it up, y'all.
61 Matchbox lights. To go. Set. Ready? 8 read. Topper 5.
Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Ready? 60 or. To hunt. Come on, set. 50, plant. Recon, what's that?
But can you rock it like rocket?
Ready? Ready, ready?
Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh.
They would say, no, they
Shoot.
they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many
Let's go now. 15, hit it.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman.
On the ready.
Bring the limes in. She
Let's
wanna
go.
pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a fine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over, he
the only reason why do not get violent. Ay, cause he give me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like me.
Ready! 18, get it!
Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big,
Gator.
going big.
So go!
Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
Ready up! 5!
going bigger. Postmates, how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool it down, let it simmer.
Let's go! 70, Indy!
Got 'em better. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer.
Proteins, say hut!
And she love to call me baby, but I do not consider. See me dip, damn saucy. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a faucet.
Now!
Took over the game, and we all in. I was down in the gym, throwing up the game, ain't no farming. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going
Ready?
big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me.
Set! 90, Wolf! 82!
Time to bring the bass
Here we go, set! 10, 2, stop! Hit it! Here we go! 10, Lobo! Pilot, go! Here we go! 30, hit. On the double. Leap rip. Set, ready. 60 outlaw. Blue draw Corker.
Big numbers.
Get it.
Big numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers. Big numbers.
Ready. 8, read. Go.
Hey,
foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the
Come on, set.
Yeah, flex mode,
5.
this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't got a shit to sell off, cause the iPhone got a jet mode. Bad big pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your door and I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. No same, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the
Go
board,
now.
like them
6
keep
now.
us 16 cars in the front yard. 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
big numbers.
Ready. Ready.
In the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers. Big numbers. Whole team got it, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Hey, man can't ball like this, man, Lord. Pass the big skin when he stretch your fist, man. Sometimes a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Hey, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on that. Hey, she wanted like no friend, blame she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit on my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
Tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep it score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big
Set.
numbers.
70, Indy. From the
100
west.
minute bag, that's a big number. Big
Hit.
numbers. Big numbers. Whole team got it, that's a big number. Big numbers. Big numbers.
Here we go, set. 9, big grip.
Big numbers. Blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Here we go. 10, get it.
Yeah.
Ready, set.
Up, it's magic.
Let go.
With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to back.
Here we go.
You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting.
Ready? 30 bass.
I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lagging. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle.
60 outlaw, ready?
On my feet, I'm ready to go. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my,
come on, set,
we ride
8
for my
reads.
brothers, no lie.
Cover.
Never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side. Yeah, we in it for life. And I've been up his magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back to laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claiming they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, you can use it, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig.
Ready? 60,
on
get
the
it.
road, this is crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up and look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Yeah, drown out my problems, let me when I've been up his magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream reality, not going back to you say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Set, 18, get now. Here we go, set, 70. Ready? Ready, break. Bro, shoot.
Honey, dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me.
Here we go. 90 wolf.
Watch me celebrate. I copy, do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, deal with the hands.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. Let's go.
I do what I want. They do what they can. Smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all
got
dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash.
X3.
Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damages. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just to be flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles.
Pilot, 64, wait.
Keep the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like a
Be careful.
on the annual. That decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors.
On the ready.
Be emerging victorious. Years,
Get it.
sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not
ready
crash.
up.
They will not stop me. Tenfold,
Take go.
end zone. Celebrate, copy. I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man.
Set, ready? 10-5.
Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash.
On the double.
Honey, y'all dash. 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 They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy.
Ready?
Say I'm the best
30
I am.
base.
There's no need in keeping it low key. I can call for the D like a
6-6.
turkey.
Bullet
Or I
top
say
down.
like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I give a lot of trash talk. We call us up making a name. I put on the jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game.
Come on, set.
Team around to the
6,
top.
ready?
Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. Trying to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, move, magic.
Down.
Now watch me do
8
check.
read.
Footwork,
Shoot.
test. Dominating every tag. pocket like plastic. They're gonna bring it plastic. Got it on cash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all.
Let's go now.
Honey, y'all. Dash. Honey, y'all. Dash. Honey, y'all. Dash. Honey, y'all. Dash.
Ready. Fifth, go. Get up. 60 Pittsburgh. Get up. Break. Leaf River. Go. 15, body. Come get it.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16
Go.
sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 others, that's 20 booms. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do?
Set. 18 Gator.
I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me. No conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking. No hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'm a boy. I went for the same boy till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. The footsteps coming cause we coming for the jet.
Ready, set. Ready.
Never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. 2.
Never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side.
Set, ready. 10 to pin it. Okay, ready? Go. Ready? 10 Lobo. Cut out. Come on, set. 30 base. Leaf River. Outlaw, let go.
Don't need no scale. I've been on my I don't need no help. Always getting money, rains, no sleep, hell. Keep it on me 'cause my name ring bells. People see me and can't help themselves. See me and themselves.
Ready.
I don't wanna be anybody else. I never used to think I'd be a magazine cover. They keep on trying to find a ways to push my buttons. I came out of the jungle with rain.
Say hut. Ready to break. Now. Ready? 10-2 start. Hey, ready, ready. Come on, set. 10 low, shoot. Down. 30 base. Pop, hit it. Let's go now. 60 up, go. Got it. Got it. Ready, ready. 8, big grip, big grip.
30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but
That's
no game.
60 all, get it.
All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now.
Ready.
Right pocket got euros.
Set, go.
Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, A floor, come down.
Let's go.
Hotel,
50, plant.
Receptionist,
5.
what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Mikey, 1 foul. Just to tell her it's 1 now. How come? I need rest. No recess. On my schedule. Mama used to serve as a coach. Now half the meals got tentacles. Half the errands for the celebration and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it. That's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits.
On the ready.
I know what they're thinking. They don't even get to say it. No, they thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel good. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to.
We go. Set. 15. Ready, ready.
Girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna
go. 8, shoot.
Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left.
Ready up. Hit it. On the double. Huck, go. Okay, break. Split up. Here we go. 18 gator. Big grip, big grip. Ready? 70, get it. Ready, set. Set, go.
I'm in a brand new model.
Ready? 90, 5.
I done got pairs of problems. I got real what's round them. Only got. It take a week to count.
Come on, set. 10-2.
Name the place and he packed up. Running these stacks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one.
Down.
With a bad one. Made it build a day and they my last one.
Top down. Let's go now. 30 base. Ready, ready. Ready, ready. 60 outlaw. Shoot.
On the wheel, I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throw it blind in my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch and you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch, you never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my dick. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crap.
just wanna be her. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, I put so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. If we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. And I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Hit to hit with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me, I am up. #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a Sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
STRO. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You Ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend a day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Mid beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Mid beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off.
I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I better kill them all. Rogue one, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. What state prop you looking bleak now? I was home to sleep designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak they listen. Couldn't find it so she fishing. Who the crew? It wasn't you. I know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up. Greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't get. Too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Run it back. Hello? That's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that with an ass back. That's cash when the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab. Brown man, when it come back, I'ma give back. My bad when the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you duck like a limbo. She said she not a, she an